Have you ever wondered what it's like to set up one of those big broadcast cameras at a sporting event? Well, today I'm going to show you how in just a few easy steps, so follow along. Hopefully you'll learn something and enjoy this video. Thank you. Step one is to set up your tripod. You want to set your tripod legs at the appropriate height for you so you're not straining your neck. Each tripod leg has designated lines of different heights on it, so that's a good way to monitor that. You want to set that up, make sure nothing's going to obscure your lens's line of sight. Step 2 is to mount your fluid head. Now the fluid head's what gives you complete pan and tilt control of the camera once it's all set up. It also holds the weight of all the camera. On the bottom of the fluid head there's a small pin that will lock into place in the tripod. Once you've got that in place, you can screw in and lock the fluid head onto the tripod. Your third step is to attach the mounting bracket to the fluid head. Simply undo the latch on the right side of the fluid head and then slide the mounting bracket into place on top of the fluid head and close that latch. And this is what's actually going to hold your lens and camera body. Your next step is to add the lens. Now the lens is very heavy and expensive, so you want to be careful when you're setting this up. You're going to put that on the front end of the mounting bracket. There are two designated pins at the top and bottom of the lens that lock into place on the mounting bracket. After that, you just got to make sure that it's flush to the bracket, and then once that's done, you can tighten the two locks on the bottom of the bracket. Alright, your next step is to attach the actual camera body. So once you've put in your plate on the bottom of your camera, you're going to try and position the actual body so that it is connected to the lens. Once you get that in the right position, there's a switch on the left side of the camera that will slide down and lock the camera body into place. Once you've done that, you want to screw the camera into the mounting bracket to hold it in its correct position, and then attach the lens cable to the camera. After you've attached the camera body, the next step is to hook up your viewfinder, headset, controls, and microphone. Now your viewfinder slides into the top of the camera body and plugs into the right side. After that, you're going to want to put the shade on top of the monitor so that you can actually see what's being displayed. After that, you can plug in your headset. It simply plugs into the headset port in the back of the camera. After that, you can attach your arms to the fluid head. The arms are what's going to hold your zoom and focus controls and give you full access to them while you're filming the game. Once you've attached your arms, you can add your zoom and focus controls. Now the focus control has two pieces. The first slides over the arm, and then the second connects to that piece. After that, you can attach the focus control to the other arm. Each of these controls has cables that attach to the actual control and then into the lens to give them power. After that, you want to attach your mic. You simply plug the XLR cable into the back of the mic and then plug it into the right side of the camera body, right next to where the lens cable goes, and then you can mount that on top of your lens. Alright, your next step is to set up your power and fiber connection. You're going to open that big silver box that's near your camera location. That's going to have your AC plug-in for your actual power converter for the camera. It's also going to have the port you're going to plug into that's going to send signal back to the control room. Now once you've plugged that box that gives your camera power into the AC outlet, you can get your A and B fibers going on that box. Each one of the boxes has specific ports that are labeled A and B, and the cables that you're going to plug in there are also labeled A and B. You want to get those plugged in and locked into their appropriate ports, and then after that you're going to want to plug in the other end to the port that's in the larger silver box, and that's going to send your camera signal back to the studio. Once you finish that, you're going to connect your fiber cable to the camera power box. You're going to take the female end of the cable and plug it into that box. Make sure you line up those red lines, and when you hear click and get a green light, it means you're connected. Then you're going to do the same with the camera with the male end. And your final step to this whole process, shoot the game.